Welcome everyone. We have former India captain, legend Mithali Raj here with us today. Mithali, it's been a little time since your retirement, but already you're donning so many hats.
Not little time, I think close to 1 year. I think last I played was against South Africa in the ODI World Cup. If I'm not wrong, it's somewhere around this month. Yeah.
So it's been 12 months, close to 12 months that you have retired, but there have been how many hats that you have donned after that?
I think my plate is full. It's overflowing with work, with opportunities, and I'm just grateful that I was able to get all these opportunities post my retirement. Usually people say it is sort of a slow life, because cricket, for many who've played at international level, it did occupy most of their lifestyle. In fact, it was the lifestyle, like playing sport professionally. And now suddenly there's a huge void when you don't play active, when you're not an active player. But thankfully, I'm constantly traveling, being busy. So just grateful for that.
Just grateful for that. Quickly coming there, you're traveling a lot, you're doing commentary, you're basically setting up entire Gujarat Giants, right from the coaching staff to being on the auction table and multiple other things. Which is your favorite thing? What have you enjoyed the most till now?
Well, I think I was also mentor for Indian Railways.
Yes, this year.
Team that I've played for so many years. That is something very close to my heart. Something I really enjoy is still being around with the players on the field. May not be as an active player again. Maybe during training sessions, putting up strategies, talking to them at the tactical and technical aspect of the game, sharing my experience, and seeing that give them result is what is very dear to me, and that is a role that I enjoy.
You enjoyed the role of being a mentor. And now you're going to be a mentor for the Gujarat Giants. You have set up that entire field right from scratch, getting Haynes, getting Nushin, getting the others, and now at the auction table. Let's start with that particular question. How different experience was it? It was like a short amount of time. You had to do all the buying and probably didn't have a lot of time to actually strategize as would a certain IPL franchise would do.
I would say yes, we didn't have the experience of the auction before, but yeah, we did a lot of homework, the background that goes into getting your team composition, what you're looking at when you're trying to get your team built and put those things across. So yes, we did have like 2-3 days brainstorming sessions before getting into the auction, which I'm sure every other franchisee would have done. And in the auction, yes, getting into it was a bit of tense for all of us because clearly we had absolutely no idea how things work in the auction as when it starts. But then as it started, and I think we've, as a first timers, we've done really well, decently well, I would say, for the team that we wanted. Maybe we got close to what we wanted.
Close to what you wanted. So the next 3 years, you will get what you wanted, is what I understand.
So I believe that when you got what you want, and sometimes not, I don't think any team would get it 100%, but you try and extract those things from the team that you have. In the coming years, that's what we would like to do.
What was the reason behind getting Rachel Haynes, who's not been a coach as such, recently retired, directly to being the head coach? What was the strategy behind that?
Well, seeing Australian team for so many years who set the standard in women's cricket till now. They even now that they are the team that every other team would want to match up and beat. I've also seen Rachel Haynes from close quarters from the time she's made her debut and how she has got back into the team. In between, she was off. She wasn't part of the team. Then she got back. She started to score runs. A prolific scorer for Australia till the time she played. And she also played the WBBL one the last season, I guess.
Yes.
As a captain. So I wanted somebody who's been part of the international circuit in the recent past. So she does know how the game is. Who's played the format and also understand the players who come from different countries. because she has the experience of the league, and most important thing I've always believed is that work ethic is the most important thing, and I feel that she has that in her, and that is why I wanted to get her on.
And that winning culture.
Well, I'm sure every Australian has that. So, yes, that is also something that we wanted to begin with as a franchisee, to develop a culture in our team.
Also, the possible reason why Ash Gardner was bid the highest when it comes to the overseas category from your end?
I mean, there is nothing to say. One of the best all-rounders
Absolutely.
In the world at the moment. She not only bowls, she's one of the best off-spinners also, along with Deepti Sharma. And in terms of her batting, she actually gets everything going for Australia. She's that sort of a glue in the middle order who can bowl those 4 overs, get you to bat, and according to the situation she plays, when you want her to go and get a run rate of 10 runs per over, she's capable of. There are quick succession of wickets she's able to hold and still maintain a good run rate for Australia. So, understanding all this, I think she was very keen. We were very keen to get her on.
You were very keen to get her on board, and I'm sure she's going to light up Mumbai next month when we are here. Let's come down to Cape Town. Cape Town, you've done a lot of commentary gigs. First for men's cricket, and now finally for women's cricket. How has the experience been?
Well, men's cricket, I should say that I did a lot of homework for it.
Okay.
Clearly, because while I was playing, I've not really followed men's cricket as much because cricket itself, you spend so much time training and then preparing for a series, playing matches, that by the time you come back home, you don't want to watch the game again. So that is why I've not really followed men's cricket. So when I had to do the commentary, I had to do a lot of backstories, a lot of work on that. And again, like every other South Indian, Hindi is not the language that I'm very good at.
Is that the reason why we are continuing doing this in English?
But I thought, at least if I get to do the stint in Hindi, I will work on my Hindi, in a way that I'm going to improve some part of my personality, that is to be fluent in Hindi. It has its own challenges, but I think doing the commentary with the men cricketers, whether it's Harbhajan, Akash, Deepdas or Gambhir, I think they've made me feel comfortable, doing those stints. And I did learn a lot about how they view and how they view women's cricket, what do they talk about, and what I can add to that.
So, आपकी हिंदी कितनी अच्छी हुई?
काफी इंटरेस्टिंग वर्ड्स भी सीखे मैंने.
तो बताइए 1-2 वर्ड्स.
दायरे में रहना. Now you don't ask me because now I'm doing in English. Don't confuse me. This overlap.
No, I'm sure you're not going to speak
Sajidari is partnership.
Yeah, Sajidari is partnership.
A little bit of pronunciation here and there, but yeah.
Sajidari, daire mein.
Wicket chatkana.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, do you know what is wicket keeper called?
I don't know.
Yashti Rakshak.
I don't think I'll be able to ever get that right.
Yeah. So your commentary we've seen you do for Gujarat Giants. We've spoken about Railways. This is a question which a lot of fans are asking, and there was a clarification that was put out that Mithali Raj should be playing the first edition at least.
Yeah.
Had you planned in advance itself? No, I'm done. Or, okay, let me see if I can still pad it up again and play it one more time.
When I made up my mind to retire, that was post South Africa game itself.
Okay.
I officially took time to announce it because, yes, when you just come back from a World Cup and it didn't go the way you expected it to be, there are certain emotions that as a player you need to, get over.
Yeah.
And understand and get over. So I was going through that phase, and then when I was ready for it, I've announced officially. But until then, WPL to happen, to take off, there are months. I announced it in June, and it would be inappropriate for me to make a decision then. And I wanted to see if I still have the interest of going to the ground, training, putting in the fitness level, and going out there and back. So I wanted to give myself time before I decide if I want to play the first edition of the WPL. Yes, it was tempting. A lot of people said I should be playing at least the first edition. But then, when as a player you understand that you don't have that feeling anymore to go to the ground, pick up the bat, then you shouldn't be pushing yourself. I mean, in some way, I would be not doing justice to the sport that I've played for so many years with so much of commitment. And it's a how do I say it? Playing cricket, batting is something very, very pure in my heart, and I didn't want it to sort of adulterate it with just playing because everybody wants me to be part of it. So then later on I realized that I'm not up for it. That is why I think I've also not played the domestic season.